9 horses have been declared for the King George at 2:30 on Boxing Day, and here is my runner-by-runner analysis and big race verdict. We'll also call it, I suppose, the first publicly available selection that I've made on TikTok for quite some while, so I'm setting myself up for a little bit of egg in my face if it doesn't win. But let's see how it goes. Number 1 on the card is a High Seigneur, a horse with a huge amount of ability, but he hasn't really come up to par so far this season. He was well beaten at this track on this card last year, and he has it all to prove. Bravemansgame, officially rated 164. It looks as though this race ticks all the boxes for him. It's been his target since last year. He's the one they all have to beat. Number 3 on the card is Eldorado Allen. I love this horse. He's very, very talented, very consistent. Do I think he can win? No. Do I think he'll run a very honourable race? Absolutely. Probably finish 3rd, 4th, 5th, something like that. Number 4 on the card, Envoi Allen, an immensely talented horse. He's got a huge engine, got a big following. He won last time out for the service, so I've got a lot of time for him. I'm deserting him this time. If he goes and wins, it'll hurt, but he does seem to falter on the really big days, and I think he'll find 1 or 2 too strong for him. Frodon has been one of the finest chasers in the UK for many seasons now. He's won this race before. He's going to keep them all honest. He's probably just getting a little bit too old now, but Frodon is in the race and he adds a lot of flair and quality and ability to it. Do I think he can win? No. Do I think he'll run a big race? Yeah, sure, absolutely. Number 6 on the card is Hitman. He's improving. He's a quality, classy animal. He's stepping up in trip to 3 miles for the first time. If he improves for it, then he's a big threat to all. I think he'll look menacing, but he'll probably just run out of stamina where it matters most. Number 7 on the card, L'Homme Presse, the highest rated horse in the race. He was very impressive on his seasonal return at Newcastle last time out. He's a class act. Number 8 on the card, Miller's Bank, a Grade 1 winner at the Aintree Festival back in April. He hasn't really improved from that. He does have jumping frailties. He's a quality animal, but he's not up to this. Royal Pagaille has won over course and distance before. He's a very, very classy horse. He stays very well. He jumps very well. He'll run a solid race, but this is his first run since April. I think he'll be lacking for a little bit of fitness and also a little bit of top quality ability for this test. But he's a nice horse and he could finish in the first 3 or 4, maybe 5. So here's my big race verdict. I've thought that Bravemansgame would win this race for quite some time, but, and it's a big but, the addition of L'Homme Presse has changed it for me, really. I think he's the stronger stayer. I think he's a slightly better horse. As long as he doesn't meet any trouble in running, I think L'Homme Presse has this race set up perfectly for him. I think he'll just outclass them, and I think he's a proper Gold Cup horse too.